Welcome to Knowledge Through Quizzing. This is the world of science number 1. I hope you enjoy this quiz. Do like and subscribe to this channel for more quizzes on interesting topics. Let's get started. Here's your first question. While Marie Curie is famous for her work with radioactivity, her lesser-known contemporary Lise Meitner made groundbreaking discoveries in nuclear physics. She was part of the team that discovered nuclear fission, but which scientist won the 1944 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for this discovery, controversially excluding Meitner? This oversight is now considered one of the most glaring examples of gender bias in science history. The answer is Otto Hahn. He received the Nobel Prize despite Lise Meitner's crucial role in interpreting the results and explaining the physics behind nuclear fission. Here's the next question. Which 19th century naturalist spent 8 years studying barnacles, publishing for volumes on their biology, before writing his more famous work on evolution? During this study, he discovered that some species had tiny parasitic males living inside the females, a phenomenon now known as sexual parasitism. The answer is Charles Darwin. He spent 1846 to 1854 studying barnacles, publishing the monograph of the subclass Cirripedia, before On the Origin of Species. Here's the next question. During World War II, which female physicist developed a system for detecting toxic gases using infrared light absorption, but couldn't patent it because she was working for the Manhattan Project? Her technology later became the foundation for modern heat-seeking missiles and thermal imaging cameras. The answer is Clara Moss. She developed the infrared detection system while working at the University of Michigan's Physics Department during the Manhattan Project. Here's the next question. Which scientist in the 1940s discovered that honeybees can see ultraviolet light and use it to identify patterns on flowers invisible to human eyes? He proved this by training bees to associate specific ultraviolet patterns with food rewards, demonstrating that their visual spectrum extends beyond human perception. The answer is Carl von Frisch. He made this discovery, later winning the Nobel Prize for his comprehensive work on bee communication. Here's the next question. Which physicist in the 1930s developed a mathematical model explaining why bicycles can balance themselves when in motion? His equations showed that gyroscopic effects and trail, the distance between where the front wheel touches the ground and where the steering axis intersects the ground, work together to create stability. The answer is Felix Klein. He developed the mathematical model of bicycle dynamics, though his work wasn't fully appreciated until modern computer simulations confirmed his calculations. Here's the next question. In the 1950s, which scientist discovered that tree rings could be used to date ancient artifacts by measuring their carbon-14 content? This breakthrough came when he noticed that atomic bomb tests had altered the carbon-14 levels in recent tree rings, leading to the development of modern radiocarbon dating. The answer is Willard Libby. He developed radiocarbon dating, winning the 1960 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for this work. Here's the next question. Which scientist in the 1920s discovered that the universe is expanding by observing that distant galaxies appear redder than nearby ones? Despite making this groundbreaking observation, he was initially overshadowed by Edwin Hubble, who published similar findings using more extensive data. The answer is Georges Lemaitre. He discovered the expanding universe through his observations of galactic redshift, publishing 2 years before Hubble. Here's the next question. Which female botanist in the 1940s discovered how to grow orchids in laboratories by developing a specific nutrient medium? Her technique revolutionized orchid cultivation and is still used today, making these previously rare plants widely available commercially. The answer is Agnes Arber. She developed the orchid cultivation medium, though she's better known for her work on the philosophy of biology. Here's the next question. In the 1950s, which physicist proposed that electromagnetic waves could be amplified by stimulating atoms to emit photons? This concept led to the development of masers and lasers, but he initially had trouble publishing his work because reviewers thought it violated the laws of thermodynamics. The answer is Charles Hard Townes. He proposed the principle of maser operation. He shared the 1964 Nobel Prize in Physics for this work. Here's the next question. In the 1920s, British scientist Lucy Wills conducted research in India that led to a crucial discovery for prenatal health. While investigating a severe form of anemia affecting pregnant textile workers in Bombay, she found that a specific food item could prevent this condition. What common breakfast ingredient did she discover, leading to modern prenatal vitamins? The answer is Marmite. It is a yeast extract spread. Lucy Wills discovered that this ingredient could prevent anemia in pregnant women, leading to the identification of folate, vitamin B9. Here's the next question. In 2008, researchers discovered a surprising connection between classical music and protein structures. When they converted protein sequences into musical notes based on their physical properties, they found that malfunctioning proteins linked to certain diseases produced distinctly different melodies compared to healthy ones. Which protein, when played as music, creates a tune remarkably similar to Chopin's Nocturne Op. 9 No. 1? The answer is the hemoglobin protein. When its amino acid sequence is converted to musical notes, using the Protein Music Project's algorithm, it produces a melody that shares 60% similarity with Chopin's piece. This discovery was made by researchers at the University of California, San Diego. Here's the next question. In 1915, which geologist proposed that continents could move across the Earth's surface, but was ridiculed because he couldn't explain the mechanism? He based his theory on how coastlines fit together and similar fossil patterns across continents. He died before plate tectonics was accepted in the 1960s. The answer is Alfred Wegener. He proposed continental drift. His theory was rejected until the discovery of seafloor spreading provided the missing mechanism. This World of Science quiz number 1 was brought to you by Knowledge Through Quizzing. I hope you learned something new today. Keep coming back for more quizzes on interesting topics. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.